What's up booktube? Welcome back. My name is Laura if you're new here, and today I'm letting Operation pick my TBR for April. Alright, so I completely failed my TBR for March. I did not read a single book on there. I did start a few of them. I DNF'd a few I just wasn't in the mood for, and some of them I didn't even attempt to touch. So I was supposed to read the Gilded ones by Namina Forna. That one I tried it, DNF'd it. I didn't like the writing style or the characters. My alternate pick for that prompt was to read Winter's Orbit by Everina Maxwell. That one I only had access to the audiobook, and I tried the audiobook and I wasn't a fan of the narrator, so I do still want to read that book. I just want to read it either in ebook format or physical. So I put that one down. I picked up The Boy in the Red Dress by Kristen Lambert. Wasn't in the mood for a mystery, so I put that one down. Probably DNF. I don't see myself going to pick it back up again in the future at all. Cloaked in Shadow by... I forget the author's name, sorry. But that one I started, was in the mood for. I enjoyed what I read of it, so I will read that one at some point later, but wasn't in the mood for it right now. The Girl in the Tower by Katherine Arden. Didn't even attempt to pick it up. I just didn't feel like it, so I didn't. Swiss Vendetta by Tracee Hahn. Wasn't in the mood for it. I tried it. I just wasn't in the mood for mystery, so I put that one down as well. Might DNF it. Not really sure yet. And those were all of the books that were on my actual TBR that Operation picked, and then I also was going to read One Dark Throne by Kendare, the sequel to Three Dark Crowns. Didn't get to that one, and then my last book was the book for the Queer Joy Book Club, which is When the Moon Was Ours by McLemore, which I am currently reading and enjoying. But that one wasn't part of my actual TBR that Operation picked, so it doesn't count. But regardless, I completely failed, like 100% failed my TBR for March. Oops. I've been in like the worst reading slump ever in the last month. I moved at the beginning of the month and I've just been in like absolute chaos mode since then. Like I have my bookshelves done, but like the rest of my room is still chaos, 'cause I've been like waiting for like wall shelves to be shipped in and like trying to find time to put them up, so like nothing is organized, and I get really stressed out when like things aren't organized, especially in my bedroom, and I just have not been in the mood to read like at all. So I think I'm starting to come out of my reading slump, so fingers crossed that I'll actually be able to read something next month, but what can you do? Anyways, moving on, let's get into the Operation picks for this month, and we will start with my punishment for not finishing my TBR for March. Alright, so the punishment that I got is to read the lowest rated book on my Goodreads TBR, and that book will be Beast Made of Night by Tochi Onyebuchi. This one has a 3.29 rating on Goodreads. Not a bad rating at all. It's set in a world where dark mages can create these creatures called sin beasts out of the sins from people. So our main character is called a sin eater, and he is hired by the like non-corrupt mages to find the sin beasts and eat them in order to get rid of them. But when he does that, he gets a tattoo of the beast somewhere on his body, and whatever the sin that the beast was made from gets put into his brain. So most sin eaters end up going mad from the process, but he is desperate to provide for his family, so he's doing it anyways. So this one actually sounds pretty good. I'm looking forward to it, and like the cover is beautiful too. But yeah, hopefully I like it. The happy face. Gentle. Careful. Success. I forgot to grab a bigger cup, so this is going to be a little awkward trying to get things out of this tiny little jar. But for pick number 1. Ooh, something from my roommate's shelf. Cool. For the next book that I'll be reading this month, I have to pick a book off of my roommate's shelf, and for this prompt I'll be reading The City of Brass by Chakraborty. I picked a chunker for some reason, because you know there's no better cure to a gigantic reading slump than picking a humongous adult fantasy, obviously. So hopefully I didn't just damn myself. But this book is about a con woman living in Cairo. She does like palm readings and stuff like that, but she knows that they're all just tricks, but it's how she gets by. However, she accidentally ends up summoning an actual djinn who takes her to the city of Daevabad, where she learns that all this shit is actually real and she is somehow bound to the city. I have heard like literally nothing but good things from this series. I'm a little nervous going into this one. It is a very large book. I think it's over 500 pages. Ooh, there's a glossary. Yeah, it's 526 pages, and it's the first book in a trilogy, so I don't know why I'm doing this to myself. Like one of my reading goals for this year is to not start new series until I finish other series, but here we are anyways, because who cares about goals, right? I'm gonna just do whatever I want anyways. But regardless, this one sounds really good, and I really hope I like it. The Toilet, which is one of the hardest ones to get. Oh boy, I'm already stressed. Oh god, this is not gonna end well. I say as it goes perfectly smoothly. Alright. For pick number 3, I have to read an LGBTQ+ book, and for this one I'll be reading Honey Girl by Morgan Rogers. This is a new adult contemporary romance novel about a woman in her mid-20s who has her whole life put together, or she's supposed to be according to her very strict parents, and I think she has kind of a breakdown and ends up going to Vegas with her friends, getting really fucking drunk, and marrying this woman who she doesn't even know her last name. So she decides to just pack up her shit for the summer and go live with this woman in New York and get to know her new wife, and they end up falling in love from there. This one sounds really cute. I might read this one first because I'm still trying to get out of my reading slump, and romance is a great way to do that for me, so I think this one will probably be my first pick of the month. But it sounds so cute, and again with a beautiful cover, I love it. So hopefully this one will push me out of my reading slump finally. That would be really nice because it's been over a month now, so I'm annoyed. And our last pick, number 3, is The Clock. Aha! Wow, look at that! Look at me go! 3 in a row, no problems. And finally, pick number 3. Ooh, nice, read a sequel. And finally, for my last prompt, Operation was actually kind to me. I have to read a sequel. As I just mentioned, one of my reading goals for the year is to try and read more sequels. So for this prompt, I'm going to be reading Bridge of Souls by Victoria Schwab. This is the 3rd book in the Cassidy Blake series, which is her middle grade series. It's about a young girl named Cassidy Blake who can see ghosts. But the fun part is that her parents have this ghost hunting TV show, but they have no idea that she can actually see ghosts. So she's spending her summer going around all of these different cities all over the world with her parents to film this TV show. She's actually fighting ghosts along the way with her ghost best friend Jacob. So the first book took place somewhere in Scotland, book 2 was in Paris, and now book 3 we're going to New Orleans. I can't wait for this book. I think it was supposed to come out last year, but it got pushed to March because of COVID. So I've been waiting for this book for so long now, and I'm really hyped to get to it. New Orleans sounds like a really cool setting for a ghost story, so I think this one's going to be fantastic. Alright, so those are all the books that I'll be reading for April. Hopefully I'll actually manage to get through them. I tried to give myself a couple of shorter books just to offset City of Brass, which, why did I pick that one? I want to suffer apparently. I do think I'll like it, but I'm just why would I give myself a gigantic adult fantasy, which is a genre that I already struggle with when I'm in a reading slump. I don't know, but here we are. Anyways, let me know if you read any of these books. I would love to hear your thoughts on them. But in the meantime, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you're having a fantastic day wherever you are in the world, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye!